On the occasion of Tandu's family reunion, scheduled to hold on the 2nd of August 2025 in the United States of America, we thought it wise to make a presentation on Tandu's family tree. The purpose of this presentation is to let reunion members to know their roots. Tandu family tree. How it all started. The family originated from Esauota and settled in present Bele Ngangaga, with one chief Fobele from Esauota. This chief later on was called Chief Fobele Ngangaga. This is because at the time he came to Bele, there were so many trees which we call a ga. So because of that, the chief became Chief Fobele Ngangaga. Now, when this chief was going back to Esauota, Tandu also stayed back. Now, that is how we are going to look at this. Now, let us examine where the name Tandu came from. Now we'll start by looking at B. Aswankem. B. Aswankem had 3 children: Esumke, Nkembeza, and Ansembi. These 3 children that I've already called their names settled with him. Esumke then died in the compound of Tandu Ngoso. The other child, a boy, was named Nkembeza. He succeeded his father Asunkem and became the Tandu Nkembeza. He then got married to Anyache, daughter of Nganke, a Batliki immigrant resident in Lebanon. The girl, named Antenmi, got married to Fontem Asumani and delivered the fan, Wari. But our focus here is purely on Tandu's family. As we move ahead, we'll be looking at Tandu Nkembeza and how they grew up to today. Tandu Nkembeza and wife Anyache. They had 3 children. Lekelefe was the first, and Lekelefe got married to Besinju of Nzei, Fonge. Tandu Ngoso himself got married to 2 wives. The first wife, Atabongwa, and the second wife, Achemwa. The 3rd child, Nken Afe, got married to Mofua Ngocha of Mankem. One thing I want us to note about the family of Tandu Nkembeza and wife Anyache is this. Leko Lafe, the first girl, we were calling her Ondi Leko, and she got married to Besinju of Nzei, Fongo. While in Kenefe, we were calling her Ondi King, she got married to Mofu Ngocha of Mankem. The son, Tandu Ngoso, got married to 2 wives. Atabongwa was the first wife, and the second wife was Achemwa. The second boy, because you had 3 children. The first, a girl, on the cook. The second was a boy named Ngoso. He succeeded the father and became Tandu Ngoso. He got married to 2 wives as earlier stated. the first wife being Atabomwa and the second being Ajamwa. And then the third child, a girl named Nkengafe, and we have already mentioned this, Odiken got married to Mofongocha of Manken. We have to note here that Tandu Ngosum succeeded his father. By tradition, the children of his father became his children. That is, Leku Afe and Nkengafe, though his sisters became his children. Now, let us see how Tandu and his two sisters who became his children. Leku Afe, who got married to Besiju as a husband, they had 3 children. The first child was Mweleza, the second was Efuonyi, and the third was Awumani. Now, Mweleza, as the first child, had 7 children. In fact, Mweleza got married to 2 women. The first, Justine Imenking, and the second, Tekla Ajonleku. They were blessed with 7 children. Justine Imenking had 3 children, Angie Tem, Nchumbongo, and Etiondem, while Tekla Ajonleku had 4 children, Atem King, Isun King, Aminatu, and the last, Mweleza. Now, the person who succeeded Mweleza was Atem King. Unfortunately, he passed out. Meanwhile, Nkengafe is only king, married to Mofongocha husband. They had 5 children. Anyacha was the first, followed by Temanya, then Ngocha, Lerahazaha, and Kengeza. Now, out of these 5 children, only one was a boy, that is Ngocha. Now, the first daughter of Ondi King, Anyacha, had 5 children: Imeliku, Mezi, Atem King, Ajomafe, and Abangamwa. I will not go to talk about the other children. I think if I were to talk about the children of Manyan, Ngocha, Lebrohazwa, and Kengeza, and also talk about the children of Efuonyi and Awumani, the list will be too large. But I just think that we settle on the first children. And it will be necessary for you to know that Ondi Leko had long passed out. The 3 children she had with Mesinju had equally passed out. Ondi King also passed out. And the children she had, out of the 5, only 2 are still alive. The ones who are still alive are Levahasaha and Nkengbeza. So, that is the information I can give you. And it is important to note that, just as I stated, that when you succeed your father's children become your children. That is why the Afe, Ondileko, and Kengafe Ondike were seen as the children of Tandu Goso. That is why we have been able to come out with this information here. One thing I would like us to know is that as we continue to stay, to live on, we have so many of these children who are grandchildren to the family. So if somebody were to see them, he should bring them to Tandu's fold. Tandu Ngosom, his 2 wives and biological children. Tandu Ngosom and his 2 wives were blessed with 7 children, 6 boys and a girl. So the first wife, Atabomwa, gave birth to 3 children, Amuafa Esumke and Nyao. While the second wife, Achamwa, gave birth to Nkengweza, Mweleza, Zualem, and Achaeni. Now, one thing I want us to note about the children of Tandu, that is his own biological children, is that out of the 7 children that he had with his 2 wives, only 2 are still alive. That is Jualem and Achaeni, children of the 2nd wife, that are still alive. The Tandu and his grandchildren. There's a diagram here which you will find. The first son of the Tandu Abumafe, got married to Ngeni, and they were blessed with 9 children. And the children are, we have Ngosom, Asumanyi, Atabomwa, Nkreta, Atabongogu, Atamafa, Tanyinku, Agondia, and Njambong. By the grace of God, all these children are still alive. Their mother, Ngeni, is equally still alive. It's only their father, Abumafa, who was the first son of Tandu, who is no more. Then you have King Bezal got married to Tandu, and they had 5 children. You have Ngosom, you have Fobe, you have the Kuaka, you have Moleza, and Nyao. One thing you need to know about this King Bezal and his own family is that Nkengweza and wife had long passed out. The children are all still alive. Then you have Mweleza. Mweleza got married to Ankenleko and Ngomwa. With his 2 wives, they had this number of children. The first son, Ngosom. Ngosom was the only child for Ankenleko, while the other 4 children were children of Ngomwa and Mweleza. The 4 children are Nkengweza, Achemwa, Asumanyi, and Abumafe. The children are all still alive. The first wife of Mweleza is also still alive, but the second wife and Mweleza himself, they are no more. Here we have to continue with Tandu and his grandchildren. The next child, Esumken, was the first daughter of Tandu, and she had this daughter with Igetabomwa. And Esumken got married to Mwofonyao, and they had 5 children. And the children they have are Nkengweza, Nyao, Asumanyi, Abumafe, and Anyaso. It is important for us to know that Esumken and Mwofonyao, who had these children, they are no more, but the children are all still alive. Then we have Nyao, got married to Queen Bunti. They had 9 children. And the 9 children include Atemke, Abumafe, Ajomasa, Atemafe, Atabomwa, Ananu, Nkafu, Bekuafe, and Asumanyi. It is important to note that Queen Bunti, the wife of Nyao, is still alive. And out of the children, Atemafe passed out. So the rest of the children are still alive. Then from there, we go to Zualem. Joalem got married to Menke and they had 3 children. The first is Gosom, followed by Agodia, and then we have Azifret. We are all still alive. Then the last son of Tandu Gosom, Achaeni. Achaeni got married to Anyatu and they had 5 children. We have Gosom, Alekosi, Bekuaka, Kem Ansenu, and Kembeza. It is important to note that this family is still intact. They are all still alive. And we thank God for that. One thing I want you to understand here is that, as I earlier said, that of the 7 children of Tandu Gosom, only 2 are still alive. And the 2 are Zualem and Achaeni. They are still alive with their wives and their children. This is a kind of summary of what we have given concerning the family tree of Tandu. So we are going to start the summary from Tandu Kembeza. Tandu Kembeza got married to Anyache and they had 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. The boy succeeded the father and was named Tandu Gosom. Tandu Gosom got married to 2 wives, Atabomwa and Achemwa. They had 7 children, a girl and 6 boys. The first son, Agmefe, succeeded the father and was named Tandu Agmefe. Tandu Agmefe got married to Gini, and their marriage was blessed with 9 children, 6 boys and 3 girls. The 5th boy succeeded the father with the title Tandu and got married to Akawamfa. They are residing in the family compound in the village. They are blessed to have a child named Asami. I would like to conclude the story on this family tree of Tandu by stating that from Tandu Kembeza and his 2 sisters to Tandu Danyenko, the family is very large and is still expanding. It includes all the children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren who were not mentioned in this family tree. It has not been easy for me to bring everyone on board. In this regard, I am calling on everyone here present to try and locate other family members and bring them to the fold. Once this is done, the next reunion of Tandu's family will be larger than what we are going to have this time